Good day, dear students. Today you have started your semester 4, and appreciating fiction is one main paper. You have another main paper that is literary criticism, um, and appreciating fiction. You have three teachers dealing with that, and I'll be dealing with mainly the short stories. So let's start talking about short stories. I'm sure that all of you have read either one story or the other, and you were enchanted by that, but you didn't think twice about it. Nowadays, you will find that even very short or minute type of stories are available. In Malayalam, you have a lot of reading material which are available, and you can read it in your phone itself. So everything is being shortened in the modern world. But if I ask you whether you have read a novel, very few will be able to answer yes to that question. This is because times have changed, life had speeded up. You don't have time to sit with a 500-page novel and enjoy it leisurely because you don't have that kind of a time. So, reading fiction is actually a pleasure. And in fiction is the novel, human condition and complexities of life are portrayed. It also opens up a vast world of experience. This is about fiction or novel. So the complexities of life and world experience, the life of a life experience, everything is portrayed there. So it is quite easy to immerse oneself in that particular novel, and we used to do that when we were younger. Even now, also, I'm a person who enjoys reading, so it is a pleasure to take a book and read and enjoy it. And you may not be able to finish reading it in a day. You take 2 days or 3 days to finish it off, but even then you will be able to read and enjoy that. But there is a difference. Whereas I used to read a book a week, maybe more than one book a week, today I am finding it difficult to give time to that reading part because you have a television, you have a phone, and messages will be coming, people will be calling you, and naturally, the phone also, if it's a smartphone, you will find the pleasures of that instrument. So, reading or turning over the pages is now assigned to a backyard. I have reduced my reading time, and I really regret that. That's because we have been brought up to read novels, longer novels, 500, 600 pages novels, or even 300 pages novels, and maybe 200 pages novels. But you are, in a way, brought up or in a way conditioned with the shorter version. And so I think you will find short stories really enjoyable. You find that there are different types of fiction. You have the long fiction and the short fiction. The long fiction we call as the novels, the short fiction we call as short stories. So, what is a short story? People had defined short story in their own way, in their own manner, and we can say that a short story is a story that can be easily read at a single sitting, which means that you need not get up from your chair or wherever you are sitting and do some work and then come back and read the next part of the story. It's not that long. Brevity is the soul of a short story. If it is to be a short story, then it must be short itself, very brief or short itself. The other day, means not the other day, several months back, there was a competition by the Reader's Digest, and that is you are to write a story in 100 words. 100 words, understand, not 100 sentences, 100 words, which is indeed a great challenge for the story writer, because within those 100 words you should have a possible story with the characters, and it must also within that 100 words. And the competition was really tough, but the selected short stories were published in the Reader's Digest, and it was a great pleasure to read them. Just 100 words. And you know the story, or you can imagine what happens or what happened before. There is indeed a beautiful story there. So everything was put in a nutshell, and it was really possible to have a story within 100 words. But we are not speaking about this kind of too brief a story. We are speaking about a short story which will be maybe 3 or 4 pages, or even printed pages, or even more than that, maybe 20 pages. Some short stories were really long in the sense that they are not fiction novel, but short stories itself. uh, 10 pages is too much for a short story, but even then, you will find certain writers intent on creating drama within that period, and getting the attention of the readers. Again, you find that the birth of short stories is indeed quite accidental. Accidental in the sense that it was a gradual progress. There was the rush of modern life, and it has made men impatient of novels. The rush of modern life, maybe we are speaking about the life after the World War. And during the World War, people used to carry books which they could really enjoy, but they used to carry novels, not merely short stories. So the short story became progressive after the World War, and people were rushing about. Life had gained momentum after the World War. And so people are impatient of the long, drawn out novels, and they don't have that kind of time to spend on reading. Life must go on, and in between they may get a few hours, and within that 1 hour they'll be able to finish off reading a short story. Along with that, along with the rush of the modern life, there is the development of magazines which published short stories, and this in turn became a contributing factor for the popularity of short stories, because in magazines you can read a short story which will stretch up to maybe 3 or 4 pages. You know how big a magazine is. It is not that big, and 3 or 4 pages you can very easily rush through, and you can finish off reading that story. The story ends there, and you have that much time to go through the other articles of the magazine, plus a short story which is really good for your hectic life. And this in turn became one of the factors for the popularity of the short stories. So here you find the life, the circumstances really contributing to the development of short stories. You will find that people feel like reading a novel, and some of them will think that a short story is just an smaller version of a novel, an edited version of the novel. But it is not like that. Unlike a novel, the short fiction or short story do not have much scope for the development of character or plot. The development of the characters in the novel, it needs some space or some length of some words, and naturally, from one chapter to the other, you can find the progress of the character. So also the plot to slowly unraveling and coming to a conclusion towards the end in a novel. So a novel will have at least a minimum of 30 or 32 chapters. So the characters and their actions will fill in those chapters, and finally you have a good plot evolving, and then gradually the conclusion of that novel. You can it takes time. So that means a novel is long, and they have the time for that, or the writers have the time and enough space, enough chapters to continue with the development of the character and also that of the plot. But in short fiction, you don't have such license or even such independence. Because, as I told you earlier, like the competition with 100 words, short fiction is also restrained by the limitation of the time or even the number of words or the number of pages. So, within that limited space, it should deal with just one aspect or one idea. There should not be any complex plot or more than one plot and then subplot, things like that, which you will find in a novel. But that is not possible in a short story. And this one idea or one aspect should be worked out to its logical conclusion. That logical conclusion is remarkable because you can't just abruptly stop a story. It must conclude in its natural manner. And so, from the very beginning till the end, there should be a continuation for the story. Only then it will be a proper story. So, here you have people who should be really experts in writing short stories. Maybe they are experts in writing novels, but most often it needs restraint from the part of the writer to come down to the level of a short story writer and have one idea developed and coming to a logical conclusion. So that is a little bit difficult. In the novel, you have enough time and you can write one chapter, then the other chapter, and yet another chapter. You have two more characters added, one more character deleted. Everything is possible, but not so in a short story. So, these are some points about short stories. But W.H. Hudson, in his study of literature, says that a story may contain little or no dialogue, or it may be nearly all dialogue. This is his definition, or this is his idea of a short story. So he says that it may contain little or no dialogue in it. Maybe it is just a narration from the part of the author, or it may be nearly all dialogue. Nearly all dialogue, very little added by from the part of the author. Otherwise, it will be just dialogue or talk between people. And this can also happen in a short story. And at the same time, Hudson insists that for a story to be really authentic or really interesting, it must also present the local color. What is meant by the local color? The presence of the uh, place in which, the locale in which the story is situated. So, if the writer is speaking about America or from America, then the place that he used to live in, or even the characters live in, should be really authentic. And when you give a description of that circumstances or those places and situations, then you are presenting the local color to the reader. So, through the short story, you can enjoy the local color, you can enjoy the dialogue, you can also enjoy the characters that are there. But there is not, as I told you earlier, there is not much scope for the development of the character or nor the development of the plot, because you have long winding plot. There is the main plot and the subplot and everything merging towards the end in the for a proper conclusion. All these are possible in a novel, and the novel has a long canvas, and the short story just do not have that canvas. It is a brief canvas, and you should be able to present whatever that you are to present in those short stories in the apt manner, adding the local color, including the dialogue, and also developing whatever plot that is there to, and concluding it to the logical conclusion. And it should be authentic also, or it should be in keeping with the nature of life or the storyline, and there should not be any confusion. And when you read certain short stories of certain writers, you feel that the writer had lost touch with the plot at some point, and maybe he had deviated, and it doesn't make much sense also. But there are excellent short story writers, and I must say excellent, and you are going to learn more about them in your collection of short stories. And you also have some earlier short story writers about whom we can have a lot of stories, like the French short story writer Maupassant, the Russians, Tolstoy. Tolstoy is a great novelist. At the same time, he can write excellent short stories too. And I think some of you must have read the story in your younger classes and in your school days about 20 years after. It's a short story by Tolstoy. It's about how a person was mistakenly accused of a crime, and he was put in prison. And before that, before he started a journey, he had a dream that his hair had turned white. And the wife asked him not to undertake the journey, but because he was a merchant, he undertook a journey, and he was in a lodgings when all on a sudden, early morning, the police came, and there was a crime, and they checked all the inmates and found the knife with the blood in his bag and baggage. And he was arrested, and within no time at all, he was put in prison. But he was a model prisoner, and he remained there for 20 years. And he became quite old. Means his face was hair was white, and face had wrinkled. And he was telling them that he didn't do it, but that is how everything is there. They couldn't find the real culprit. And then one day, another prisoner comes to his cell, and that prisoner was digging a tunnel, and he came across that. And the prisoner tried to frighten him, saying that if you ever dare to report it, you will be killed. And he just laughed at that person, because his one intention was to get killed or to die, and he had been wishing for death for a long, long time. And then this man is threatening to kill him. So how can he not laugh at this? And he just went away, and the prisoners came, and the jailer came and checked and found the tunnel that was dug, and they were all questioned, and he didn't speak out. And not because he was afraid of the man, but because there is no use about anything. He didn't know exactly what happened there. So he kept quiet about it. That night, the new prisoner came over to him and said, "Well, I'm grateful to you for not revealing my name." And he said, "Well, that's same thing. He doesn't want to talk to him." And then the new prisoner asked him to forgive him. And he was wondering what happened, what is there to forgive. And he said that it was I who committed the crime and hid the blood-stained knife in your bag. And he immediately understood that this is the man who had really put him in prison. And did he escape? The new prisoner came back because of his crimes once again to the prison. So he was so filled with anger, wrath, a lot of things passed through his mind. And you will find that he learned something in prison, and that is to forgive others. And he was trying to come to terms with meeting the real culprit and the person for responsible for all his misery, and he just couldn't do anything about it. 20 years of his life wasted just because of this man, and he was feeling so dreadful. And finally, he comes to terms with his own self to by and comforts his own self, and forgives that person. This is how the story ends. And this is a good story of Tolstoy. Again, you have the other great Russian writers like Gorky, and you have a short story by Gorky, Pushkin, definitely, and Chekhov, my favorite writer. You will find several short stories written by Anton Chekhov. You have also studied maybe a short story or a one act play by Chekhov, and these are delightful readings. And there you find a microcosm of the human life or human failure or human characteristic there. This is how they have presented life in it. Maupassant, of course, had written short stories, and I don't know whether you had any short story by Gay de Maupassant, but he was one of the favorites of our time. Coming back to English and American short story writer, you can have any number of short story writers there, both English and American, because lots of writers wrote short stories. They were successful one after the other. I'm just naming a few of them, just three names who are really famous, and it was their short stories were in almost all the collections that we have learned when we were younger, and we have taught all these short stories by all these writers. One is Saki. Saki is the pen name of Hector Hugh Munro, and he writes beautiful short stories, really good and at the same time thoughtful. And how can we ever forget O. Henry? You have a famous short story by O. Henry to learn, and only then you will understand uh, the unhappiness, the happiness, and the terrible fear. Everything is there. Everything is clogged in such a manner that it becomes so very interesting to read the short stories of O. Henry. It begins quite naturally, or in a way, almost uninterestingly, and then it gains interest, and then you are in confusion as to what happened in between. And the reality, the conclusion reveals everything. So, this is how his short stories open up. You have a short story by O. Henry, and I'm not going to tell the story now. Get your books first, or even the copies of the short story, and we can go through it together in the other classes. Okay. And you have a collection of O. Henry's short stories themselves. Henry's short story collection is in the same manner. Saki's collection also, a collection of short stories by Saki also, not one collection but maybe one or two or three volumes of short stories. Another name that is connected to this to short story is Catherine Mansfield, presence of a lady in the field of short story. And you will find Alice Munro, who got Nobel Prize recently for her short stories. And Catherine Mansfield lived before her, and she used to write from Australia, where they had the English colony. And so Catherine Mansfield can also write beautiful short stories. They are so very touching, and something like means really touching things which are really posh outward, and something that is not thought of, but means a great deal to someone, some one character in the short story. This is how Catherine Mansfield pictures her stories. You will find that there are others like um, Arthur Conan Doyle, who wrote the famous Sherlock Holmes Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. They are just one adventure after the other, each adventure a short story. And not just one adventure, you will find several adventures, one after the other, each one better than the other. And it was narrated by Sherlock Holmes' friend, Dr. Watson, who is a constant friend, constant companion to Sherlock Holmes. But at the same time, Sherlock Holmes will never agree to that, and Watson also will never agree to that. But they are good friends. So if there is any problem like solving a riddle, then Sherlock Holmes will come to Dr. Watson's clinic, and the two of them will talk, and immediately Dr. Watson also will be dragged into the adventure. And you have several films based on these short stories. They make beautiful reading, interesting reading, thrilling reading. And only once you get to into that short story, you will know the real thrill of being there in that in the world of short stories. It won't take you much time. You can read quite easily and maybe devote 1 hour or maybe 2 hours if the story is really long, or if you are a very slow reader, that also is a factor. And once you start reading and continue reading constantly, then then your speeded reading will help you to finish it within 1 hour or even much less than that. So that is the way a short story is created. And these writers like Maupassant, Maupassant, Tolstoy, Gorky, Pushkin, Chekhov, and even the English and American writers Saki, O. Henry, who is an American, Catherine Mansfield, who wrote from Australia, then Arthur Conan Doyle, who wrote from England. All these people, all these writers had really excelled themselves in creating certain situations and taking it to the very end and taking their readers along with them. Chekhov is one beautiful writer. He writes beautiful short stories, interesting, thought provoking, everything is there. Maupassant is really making us weep a little and laugh a little. And you must have heard of the diamond necklace, and that is something that's I'm not speaking about the film Diamond Necklace, but the short story which is named Diamond Necklace. And it is beautiful. I can't even say more than that, because only when you read it you will really understand the skill of the writer, the skill of the short story writer, how well he had developed one theme, and how well he had placed the characters, one or two characters in a Diamond Necklace, two main characters, and how well he had come to a conclusion. And that conclusion makes us really thoughtful, and at the same time say, oh, so much had happened. Sometimes horror also is the outcome of the outcome of this short stories. So here you find that a world is open before us. We who are just running here and there, and we are so very busy about our life, we are now finding it time to read through. And I'm sure that most of you have read the short stories, very short stories, and called Pradilipi. That is one area or one thing that you provide you with a very short stories in Malayalam, and you really enjoy that. So whenever you get time, a very short time, you just go through it, read it from your phone itself. It won't take much time of yours. So naturally, this is really good. And maybe short stories have become very very short nowadays. But when I speak about Maupassant, Tolstoy, Gorky, Pushkin, Chekhov, O. Henry, Saki, Catherine Mansfield, they used to write maybe longer short stories than the one that you are reading now. But even then, they were regarded as short stories in its proper manner. And the others are minute short stories, let's say, minute short stories, because the understanding the impatience of the people in the modern world, they have made it a norm to write a story in so many words and conclude it within that period. It must be interesting also. It is interesting, and they have excellent skill in controlling that number or the page number and presenting it before the readers, and we read and enjoy. But now that you have a lot of time, dear students, at least go through the novels and then go through the short stories definitely. And then the question will be asked, where do we get these short stories? You can search the internet, type out the short stories of either O. Henry or Saki, or the short stories that you have to study. Don't wait for the books, for your book to come. You just get it from the internet, read it, enjoy it. You will find that it makes a really good reading. And you have also American writers and Indian writer, and even James Joyce, the novelist, writing a short story. All these are included in your collection. And I must say it's an excellent collection because they have started with the modern short story writers who lived during the modern period to postmodern period to the post colonial and then to the modern times. So that way you can gather the atmosphere of the short story. Through the atmosphere of the short stories you get to know the world that they lived in, and it is essential that you get to know the world that they live in. Like the local color, presenting of the local color in the short story. Tolstoy had done that because in Russia there used to be mm, a lot of merchants traveling from one place to the other, and they had to live in lodgings and then continue with their life and travels, and this usually happens. So you get to know about those conditions there, and the condition in which they used to live, and the prison and life, everything is there. And Gorky and Pushkin and Chekhov writes beautifully about human nature and how um, one beautiful short story I think I must have told you there when you were first year students, and that is the story called Enemies. So you find there a beautiful portrayal of the human nature and how sorrow makes enemies of people. That's how the story ends. And it's about two persons, one a doctor and another a person who felt that his wife is sick. And I think I'm sure that I have told you this story earlier because you had a point of view and polyphony to study. And from there on, whatever that you have studied, you keep in mind because it will be highly useful now when you are learning your short stories or when you are going through the short stories. They are to be learned, of course, but more than that, they are to be read and enjoyed. This is the real purpose of the short stories that you have this year. So fiction is for reading and enjoying, and you can really enjoy that uh, with the collection that you have this time. So dear students, go through these short stories and the names of the short story writers I have given. Find out more names and check through their biodata and whatever that is written about their short stories. You will find that each one has got a particular slant towards certain aspects which they cater to in their short stories. So here you find O. Henry keeping up the suspense towards the very end. Saki also does that at some time. Catherine Mansfield is open to the human issues, and Chekhov is about human nature, and Tolstoy is about divine intervention. Maupassant uh, about the attitude of the people and the wrong impression, or maybe the contradictory nature of human beings. All these are Gorky and Pushkin also have their own features, characteristic features. So here you find some short story writers named here, but the others you check over in your internet and find out more about them and read their short stories if you are interested. It will give you a knowledge about what a short story is, and you can take the short stories of either Saki or O. Henry or even Catherine Mansfield. I am sure that you must have learned at least a short story by Catherine Mansfield from your younger classes to this time, at least once. And the same goes for a short story of Tolstoy, because in almost all the syllabus they include a story of Tolstoy or Chekhov. So that is the popularity of the short stories because people can read and understand, and there is not much to remember, and you can finish off your reading within an hour also. That is one point in favor of short stories. And this is why, even in our hectic time or in the busy time that we are living in, we find time to read at least the short story, even if you don't read the novel. And Luckily for you, you are getting a lot of time now. You can go through this and take time to read it, because all these will be helpful in your semester, sixth semester, when you have to do a project on an author or any work. So you can read, finish off your reading, select the author, keep that in mind, read more about the author, either short story writer or even a novelist. So fiction always provide you with the pleasure of reading. And like earlier days, we that is for literature, the Nobel Prize was given to either poems or short stories, poems or novels. And for the first time, an author was given Nobel Prize for her short stories, and that was Alice Munro. And uh, uh, she's from the countries, the Western countries, but at the same time, you'll find that her short stories are women oriented, and it is something like reading or maybe putting your experience into words. That kind of a familiarity she has with the issues of women, and not just little the that is without demarcation of the either west or the east. She puts in the issues there, and somehow or other it all comes to be very true. And maybe because of the depth in her presentation that she got the Nobel Prize. She is that good, and if you are interested, you can search for her short stories and read them also. You'll find several short story collections in our library also. So have a good day with the short stories. Try to read them, try to find the authors, and try to get interested in all these short stories, either English or Malayalam. Better start reading English because it will be helpful to your studies. Thank you.